consumes us from the inside until we don't have a choice anymore.
You lied. And I died. You lied! And I died!
Hey guys, welcome to the Hump Day Show. I'm Elias. Today we actually got an intern? I don't know how to say this. Anyways, here, let me introduce you to this person right there. What? Stop. Really? Anyways, so yeah, he's gonna be helping me out when nobody else is around. But today I'm actually here to talk about It Chapter 2. It just came out. It is the sequel to the 2017 It Chapter 1. Of course, this is the film adaptation of the novels written by Stephen King. This film was actually directed by Gary. Look, I'm by myself, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna be like, you know what I'm saying? Gary DeBalger, man? What the fuck? Anyways, this guy, he directed this movie, right? So, quick synopsis. This film actually is based 27 years after that first one. In this one, we do see the kids from the first movie, which, by the way, if you haven't seen it, go watch it. It's actually really interesting, pretty good to watch. I actually watched the first It Chapter 1 on Friday and then went to go see It Chapter 2 on Saturday. Don't do that. Not because it's scary, but because the films are so long. And that's one of my gripes with this movie. I'm going to go ahead and start with the bad stuff. It Chapter 2 is almost 3 hours long. Why? Like, I know you're trying to put as much of the material from the books into the movie, but this is a movie, not a book. This is film, you know what I mean? It doesn't make sense. They could have written some stuff out. They did. For example, they written out some of the information where Bill's wife comes in, tries to see what's going on with him, and also, oh my gosh, Beverly's husband. Beverly's husband comes and tries to get her back because apparently she had cheated on him before, and he didn't trust her. And in the beginning of this film, you actually see Mike call them up. He's like, "Hey, Pennywise is back. Get your asses back here, because we made a promise, come on, fool, we cut ourselves for you." But anyways, yeah, I just start off with Pennywise murdering somebody. The more actually don't really say this in the film. It's more like implied, but whenever Pennywise comes around, violence increases in the town of Darby. I'm terrible. And one of the things that increases not only is the violence, but also whatever hatred that person has. And apparently there's a lot of hatred towards not only genders, but sexuality. There's a lot of F words and not fuck. This film's tone is understandable for what it is. I think it'll get away with it for what it is, because it's supposed to be a horror film. It's supposed to be scary. It's supposed to be gritty. But I feel like for the most part nowadays, that kind of take on situations and people's sexual preferences doesn't really fly anymore, especially now with the cancel culture. But that's a whole different thing. Why am I reviewing this? So anyways, Mike gets these kids to come back. Kids, now adults. They're in their 40s now. They're grandpas. Anyways, the cast they actually got for this, not only is it spot on to how these kids actually looked, would probably look in the future, but they got A-class, top tier, top shelf actors to come in here and finish off this series. So they got Jessica Chastain playing Beverly. They have James McAvoy playing Bill. They have, of course, Bill Skarsgård comes back as Pennywise. Bill Hader as Richie. Isaiah Mustafa as Mike. Actually, Isaiah is the fucking Old Spice guy, Looking at me, looking at her. Oh, look at me big. Anyways, so he's in it, but does not look like the Old Spice guy at all. James Ranson as Eddie was actually really good. Jay Ryan as Ben. Ben, of course, was the chubby kid who was in love with Beverly. Andy Bean as Stanley. R.I.P. Spoilers, like I said. And of course, the kids come back. To make small cameos. But actually, when they said to, I was like, when after I watched the movie, they were did a little bit more research on the movie, and it turns out like a lot of the kids that did come back to do, well, all of the kids that came back to do some scenes that they didn't get to do in the first one to like kind of like put into the second one. Well, it's been 2 years, maybe 3 years since they actually filmed it. Those kids got older. Those kids got tall. Those kids' voices changed. Some stuff changed. Apparently they had to CGI some of the kids a little bit to make them look younger, even though they're like not even 20 yet. They're like in their teens. Some of their voices had to be altered too in post, which is actually pretty interesting. But I get it. I mean, you're trying to keep it with the time from the first one. But anyways, so Pennywise is back. Now, again, I'm not gonna go like in deep for each of the movie, for like every step of the movie. But what I'm going to tell you is that the acting is superb. The acting from all these actors, again, they're all top tier actors, but except for Bill Hader. But Bill Hader's fucking hilarious, like especially in this movie. They're all top tier actors. The acting is great. The pace it's a little slow. The movie is 3 hours, almost 3 hours. You could feel it, especially during the middle section whenever they're actually like fighting Pennywise. Apparently there's a fucking like tin can fucking leather strap canister bullshit that it's supposed to capture it. Apparently it's, I don't know what the fuck they call it. They call it some kind of Northern Lights. I don't know what the fuck. Anyways, it's some kind of alien that came from space. Stephen King. So Pennywise the clown is actually not the actual, asshole killing kids. But speaking of killing kids, oh my God, they killed some kids. Actually, I kind of do like Pennywise. I like him a lot. I like him in this film. I like the actor playing him. I like the character itself. I kind of was rooting for him. He's fucking hilarious. And like Bill Hader said it best in this film, like playing as Richie, like, y'all remember his little fucking dance? Like, this shit was hilarious. Like, yeah. Anyways, so of course kids start dying again. Apparently he goes after kids because their fear, like to him, is like fucking salt seasoning on a steak. Like he can eat adults, but their fear is not as great as kids, and that extra sense of fear is like delicious to him. Apparently, that's why he goes for kids. I don't know. Anyways, so obviously they come back. Stanley kills himself because he's a fucking coward. Gigi's in the chat. The kids come back. The kids, I keep calling them kids. They're not kids. They come back. They have a meeting. Mike tells them everything that's happening. Apparently, they forgot everything that happened. They were kids. They don't remember fucking fighting a demon clown. But anyways, apparently some kind of effect of the alien artifact because they left. I don't know. It's Stephen King. But anyways, they come back. Mike tells them, refreshes their memory, tells them he knows how to stop them. He gives them this bullshit plastic-looking, scratched out for a reason, looking canister thing. So apparently they need tokens in order to begin this ritual, in order to capture it. So they have to go out, so that kind of gives them the first wave of shit they have to do. It's like, okay, we have to go back and get something from our past to help us remember, I guess. So they get it. Of course, scares happen. It comes out after them. They get the little artifacts. They go into the fucking sewers again. Bill's trying to make up for losing his brother, getting his brother killed, but ends up getting another little kid killed. Gigi's in the chat. It's Stephen King. So they go back into the sewers. And so again, I'm not going shot for shot. They're back in the fucking sewers. They find like they go down that hole in the first one where Pennywise actually escaped from. It turns out that's where the meteorite landed. That's where the fucking alien artifact came from. They go down there. They put the little bullshit right there in the middle, and they're like, "All right, kumbaya, fucking turn off the lights, put this bitch back in there, and like close it, right? You know." I don't know. Anyways, they get in there. They start doing their chanting thing. Oh my god! Plot twist: it does not fucking work. Now it was pretty obvious it wasn't gonna work because leading up to that moment, there were situations where they were like, "There's some things that's still not cleared up. There's some things that are still not hashed out between the group." Of course, that kind of leads to the downfall of them like failing. They go into this whole other like funhouse bullshit where they again have to like find another fucking token, basically. I mean, it's not a token, but it's basically what it is, what they're trying to do, and like be fully out there trusting each other and be like, okay, this is actually how I feel about you, Beverly. Bill's like, okay, you know what? It's not my fucking fault. My little brother died. The cute, tall, skinny guy who was the fat, chubby, small guy in the first one is like, Beverly, I love you. Beverly's like, I love you too. Who else? Eddie was like, okay, I'm not gonna die of dysentery, but he dies anyways. But spoilers. I believe was that Richie was. What was Richie's? Richie's? I don't remember. Richie was just fucking hilarious. He was awesome. So anyways, they come back. Mike is like, you know what? I need to leave. He stays. He for whatever reason decided to stay 27 years in this fucking town where there's a fucking killer clown. Anyways, that's a whole different thing. So they all find their reasoning to come back. I mean, not to come back, but to be 100% truthful with each other. They come back. It turns out all they had to do to stop fucking it was tell him that he's a little boy. He's a little scary clown. He's not a scary clown. All of a sudden, the fucking clown turns into some fucking like little mush putty looking bullshit. And then they grab his fucking heart and they're like, remember, he lives by the laws of like us and whatever. So if we kill his heart, we kill it. I don't know. They squished it all together, by the way. Germex, maybe. And then we get the end of the movie. Supposedly in this film, they said there was enough for like a third. Honestly, I wouldn't mind seeing Bill Skarsgård as Pennywise again. He was really entertaining as Pennywise. He's so talented as Pennywise. Literally my favorite character in this movie franchise. He was fucking awesome in the first one and the second one too. I wish he would have won. And to be honest, usually Stephen King goes off with the antagonist winning, but I guess this time he said no, asshole. But 3 hours, it's a little bit too long for me. Is it worth watching? Yes. Take time out of your day, drink some coffee before you go. Make sure you don't drink anything because you're going to be in there for a while. My overall rating though, probably, I'm going to say maybe 7.5 out of 10, 7.5 out of 10. Would recommend to go watch. So anyways, that's been our review for It Chapter 2. Sorry, I'm really tired. I'm really trying to hurry up and finish this. Anyways, this has been our review for It Chapter 2. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below about the movie. Any feedback is awesome. Again, this has been our Hump Day Show. We do have a main podcast, which is on Mondays. It's Mondays at 6 a.m. That's on the YouTube channel. Also on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Anchor, of course, and all other platforms that bring us podcasting services. But anyways, thank you so much. I appreciate you guys watching. Have a good day. Bye-bye. Oh, fuck. Stop. All right, bye.